Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of you had an issue with me calling the house from the previous video an extreme cleaning, and I kind of understand why you guys would feel that way. Now, let me just make a disclaimer, and this is the same disclaimer that I make in a lot of my videos, that the camera cannot pick up a lot of things, you guys. A lot of things in a home look about 2 or 3 times better than they actually do in person, okay? Cameras and photos and videos cannot pick up what you will see in person, as this, for example, okay? And even then, look at how close I have to get to things so that you guys can actually like see the condition. A lot of people were saying in the video that it was not an extreme cleaning, that it was a regular deep cleaning, but you would not say that if it was actually you doing the cleaning. You know why? Because you thinking that it's a regular deep cleaning, you would go in with that mindset and you would think that you would be done in a certain amount of time until you realize that the place needs a lot more work than you had planned. Just take a look at all of this that I'm showing you here. This is not a regular deep cleaning, okay? But also on the spectrum of extreme, you guys are right. This is not super extreme. This is not hoarder conditions per se, but it still is past a deep cleaning. It's still gonna take more time to clean. It's gonna take multiple step process to clean. This bathroom, for example, took me 2 hours. Actually, it took me about 2.5 hours to clean it. Just take a look at all of these crevices, you guys. Take a look at that and tell me that this is regular in a deep cleaning when you go to clean a house, okay? It may not seem like a very extreme job, but it's still more work than your regular deep cleaning, and that's why I call it extreme. Sometimes extreme doesn't look extreme, you guys. An example, sometimes extreme doesn't necessarily mean like very thick black dirt or thick, heavy, dark grease. Sometimes extreme just means like a ton of dust and a ton of caked on dust, which is different. Caked on dust cannot be just vacuumed off. It cannot be just dusted off. It has to be cleaned off. It has to be sprayed and scrubbed and wiped off. That's different, right? That creates more labor and more steps to get the cleaning done than if it were just a lot of dry dust that could be vacuumed up. Then that's different. The vacuum can do all of the work. But that's not the case here. And I know how to identify that kind of stuff, again, because I always say, like, I've done over 15,000 jobs and yada, 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 right? I'm able to identify what kind of dust it is, what kind of grease it is, what kind of grime it is, etc., etc. So therefore, I know the multiple steps that it needs for the cleaning, and I know how much time it's going to be, and therefore it goes beyond the standard deep cleaning estimate. Anybody who calls a job like this a regular deep cleaning, if they go into a house and treat it like a regular deep cleaning, here is what's going to happen. Number one, they're going to inaccurately estimate the job, and therefore they're going to run out of time, and they're not going to realize it until they're approaching the end of what they thought was supposed to be the end, and they're going to realize, oh wow, there's still like so much more to be done. So therefore they're going to have to leave a crappy result because they thought it was a regular cleaning, okay? They thought it was a regular deep cleaning. So that's one thing that can happen. Or number two, if somebody thinks that this is a regular deep cleaning, that's because they're probably not factoring in certain things. An example, giving the floors multiple moppings, as we did. We gave the floors about like maybe 8 moppings to get all of the dirt off as much as possible. And number two, they're also probably not doing other things like thoroughly cleaning baseboards and cleaning doors both sides like we did, right? So therefore, if they're not factoring those things in, then yes, you can say it's a regular deep cleaning and you're going to go in and do your regular deep cleaning work. But guess what? It's probably not going to be that great. So again, I consider this an extreme because, as I mentioned previously, we ended up doing 50% more time, and that's usually what an extreme is, you guys. Usually when people call about an extreme and they ask me how much more is it going to be if it's past a deep cleaning, I tell them, well, typically an extreme job can cost you 50 to 100% more and more. There's really no limit to extreme cleaning. Like, when you think you've seen it all, you will see something even worse, right? Like hoarder homes, for example. There is no limit to it. It can take hundreds of hours to extract everything, right? So there's really no cap to it, but as a standard rule, I always say it can cost 50 to 100% more. We can really go on forever about this subject, but at the end of the day, when work has gone outside of a deep cleaning scope, it has entered the extreme cleaning. And I'm glad I was able to capture this so that I can show you guys multiple examples of what extreme can mean. And again, I'll say it for the 100th time, this was extreme, but it was not on the very, very far spectrum of extreme. It was entering an extreme. I think a lot of people, when they think extreme, as I have seen in the comments, a lot of people are expecting like a hoarder condition. And yes, you're absolutely right. A hoarder home is absolutely extreme, but it's on the very, very far end of extreme. There are still other kinds of extremes that are not as extreme as a hoarder home, but they are still extreme, you guys. And I think I have said that word probably about 1,000 times by now. That's all that I have to say for now. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys find us on all of the other places, and I will try to post as many examples of all of the cleanings that we do. Thank you.